Hey, what's up YouTube? Brian Fagioli here. And in front of us we have a box and we have a knife. So I'm guessing we're gonna do a little unboxing. So as you can see here, this is the V40 ThinQ, which is the latest and greatest smartphone from LG. And if you know me, you may know that I really love the LG V series phones. The 20, the 30, now the 40. I always felt that they were LG's most creative phones, especially when they started doing that dual screen system. That is gone now, but the V series is still like, I think is their true flagship series phones. They're really, really excellent phones. And now they have this new ThinQ branding as well. It's a little lengthy in name, but still pretty darn cool. So the box is pretty plain, it's black. We see here it says "Hey Google," so there is a focus on it being a Google device, an Android device. On the back, we see some information here. So it says that inside the box is the ThinQ itself, the V40 ThinQ, travel adapter, data cable, quick start guide, SIM tray opener, and a stereo headset. Phone made in Korea with Korean and foreign components. Now this is the unlocked model, and I believe this will work with any carrier in the USA, including Verizon. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. This has CDMA bands as well to work with Verizon for when you need those CDMA as well. So I like the unlocked version here. There should be no carrier branding on it at all. It should just be a pure LG V40 ThinQ experience. The box is taped up right there. There's a little bit of tape, so I'm just going to cut that. And with that off, I don't think we're going to need the knife again. So for safety purposes, I'm going to fold it up because I don't want to accidentally cut myself. On top, there's this little cloth, which is very static, clingy. It's like clinging to my hand, which is like a felt. This is like a glasses cleaner you would get when you buy a new pair of glasses. I guess this is to clean off the screen if you want. Also in the box, of course, is the phone, but we're going to save that for last because why not? Let's see what else we got in there. Now the box is empty. I'm going to get rid of the box entirely, and we'll see what we got in the box. So we have this cool charger. This is kind of the same standard design that LG has had, like rounded on the top. This is for USA. USB Type A here on the brick, but let's see. Take the cable. And as expected, we have USB Type C on this end. And I believe the phone will also do wireless charging. I'm pretty sure of that. I will double check, of course. So Type A goes into the power brick, which I put in wrong because with Type A, that's what happens every single time you put it in wrong. And there you go, and that would plug into the phone. This cable can, of course, also be used for data. Let's see what else we have in here. We have, ooh, okay. Well, this is interesting. So, what do we have here? So, inside the box, there is a set of headphones, right? So, there's a headphone jack, I suppose, on the phone, which is cool. That's appreciated. A lot of phones don't have that anymore. And at first I was like, oh, cool, they have replaceable earpieces, but it looks like there's only one, and the bag is sealed, so I don't know if that's a mistake from the factory, but there's only one replacement earbud piece in here. I don't know if that's in case one gets lost. I thought maybe they were different size. Let's see. Yeah, it's a different size, but I think it's a factory mistake that there's only one in here. I think there's probably supposed to be two. And like I said, the bag is sealed, so it's not like one fell out. That's crazy. Okay, whatever. Let me look at the headphones real quick. They look nice. They're the kind that go inside of your ear. I like this much better than Apple's design, where it's like a hard plastic that just shoves in your ear, and like I get the worst pain from that. I like these rubber pieces that go in. I'm a little bummed out that one of these I think is missing, just because I like to be able to see which one feels better in my ear. But usually the default ones, the smaller ones, usually fit fine for me anyway. There's also a volume rocker and a button here. I guess this probably works like with the Google, the Hey Google type stuff. It's actually a really nice, up here it's like a rubber cable, rubber encased cable. Down here it's braided, which helps with tangling. So this is actually a really nice cable. I like it. And it says made in Vietnam on it. So the phone is made in Korea, the headphones though are made in Vietnam. This is taped shut. Do I need the knife? Nah, we'll just peel that. Okay. Inside we have product safety and warranty information. You know what I think of being safe? Safety's for losers. No, it's good to be safe, but who's going to read a safety guide? We have the part overview here. So number 6 says NFC antenna area, so it has NFC. Volume rocker, power lock key, nano SIM, wireless charging area number 4. So yes, as I expected, it does do wireless charging, which is, I think, essential for a phone these days. If a phone doesn't have wireless charging, I can't recommend it. I won't even consider it. I think it's just silly not to have it. Let's see here. So we have a SIM card tray and an SD card, micro SD card. So it's a single thing that does both. Always use a nano SIM card. Okay. Cool. Oh, notes on using the battery efficiently. Turn off Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Blah 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 blah. We have a nice SIM card removal tool here, which is kind of basic. It's not branded by LG or anything. It's very, very simple. But without further ado, oh, and actually, maybe I missed this here. There's a promise here. Congratulations. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes with our free second-year limited warranty coverage. So you get a 2-year warranty with this when you register your device. You just, put in your information. Cool. Very cool. LGpromise.com. You must register within 90 days of purchase, though. All right, so here's the phone itself. So let's look at the front. So we see penta camera. There's 5 cameras on here, okay? Doesn't mean there's 5 in the rear. So there's 2 on the front, and there is 3 on the back. So let's go ahead and just take a look here what we have. So audio tune with Meridian. I don't know what that means. I'm not a huge audiophile. I do like listening to music. It's probably my biggest hobby. I'm familiar with a lot of different audio brands. I'm not familiar with Meridian, sorry. 6.4-inch OLED full vision display. So OLED displays are beautiful. They offer vibrant colors, deep blacks. They can have burn-in, however, so it's kind of a toss-up. My thinking is, with burn-in on these things, you usually have a phone for like 2 years, so I don't think you'll have an issue there. Oh, and there's actually a special Google Assistant key. I didn't realize that. So is there like a button? I didn't notice that here. Let's see. Volume, fingerprint sensor, power lock key, It says Google Assistant key, but I don't see a button here that specifically calls out. I'll have to look into that a little bit more. Okay, so let's go ahead and, okay, let me take off the plastic. Okay, plastic is off. Now let's look at the phone itself. Let me see if I can adjust the light a bit for you guys there. There we go. So as we can see in the bottom, we have a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is getting exceedingly rare. I don't miss those because typically when I listen to music, I'm just doing so through the speakers in the phone, or I'm connecting to like a Bluetooth speaker in my house. But if you're like on the train or something, you're going somewhere, you need headphones, you don't have the USB headphones, and you just want to use a standard 3.5mm headphones, you have that there. On the bottom, it looks like a little speaker grill as well as a little microphone hole. On this side of the phone, we see, what is this? So on this side of the phone, let's see. So I see a SIM card here, a SIM card tray. There's something that looks like a button. Oh, it is a button. Okay, it's so flush that I didn't even think it was a button at first. I believe that's the power button. It's like flush on the side of the phone. So odd choice there. On the top of the phone, we really have nothing other than a little microphone hole. And here we have, okay, we have a volume rocker. Oh, maybe this is the power button, and this is the Google button here. It's interesting because in the book you would think that, did I miss something here? Let's see. Number 2 is the power lock key. See, it doesn't even mention this other button on the side, so maybe, I guess that's like the Google button, but it's strange that the explanation of the different buttons doesn't even point to that button. You can see a little protrusion there. Very, very strange decision by LG. Let's see. Okay, let's take a look at the rear of the phone. Now this phone, I thought was like a black, but it actually kind of looks bluish. Yeah, is there... Let me just check the box real quick. It says the color. The color says black. But when I look at it on a certain angle, it almost looks a little navy blue. But it does say black on the box, which is interesting. But it's very beautiful. It's a definite fingerprint magnet. I think you guys can probably see that there. Big fingerprints being left. But here we have in the back, this is like really one of the cool things about this phone, is that there's 3 cameras on the rear. So we have 3 cameras, we have the flash, we have a fingerprint reader on the back, which is interesting, is not a power button. I'm kind of curious why that is. Why even have a separate power button and a fingerprint reader? I mean, it's cool, but if you're reaching for the fingerprint reader anyway, I kind of like that design where you use it to turn on the phone as well, right? It's not a button, so that's kind of strange. See the LG logo, the V40 ThinQ logo. There's no branding here, so there's no T-Mobile, there's no Verizon, there's no branding at all from the carrier. It's an unlocked phone, which is cool. I like that. All right, let's power this phone on and take a look. So again, I believe this is the power. Could it be there's no juice from the factory? Let's see. Could this be the power button? Oh, I'm confused. Let me just double check this here. I guess holding it like this, so... Okay, power is on the... There's the boot up screen. Okay, yeah, so I guess this... I'm sorry, I had that confused. I guess the flush button is the power button, and then this one is the Google button, which is very strange. And out of the box, we can kind of see here that up top, the notch is hidden. So there is, of course, a notch with this phone, but out of the box with the setup, I see that on the top it's all black. Oh, there we go. QR code setup. So now you can kind of see that a little bit better. You can see on the top that there's a notch. When I go back to the beginning setup, it's blacked out, so it doesn't even look like there's a notch. But I have to tell you, just looking at this screen, now we're just looking at a welcome screen here, it's really beautiful. And the phone feels really nice in my hand, and what I like is, yes, it's a fingerprint magnet on the back, but it's not slipping out of my hand. It's actually not a slippery phone, which is one of the things I love. I'll say this, one of my pet peeves about phones is them being slippery. Even cases nowadays, some cases that are meant to, they're like durable cases that are meant to protect your phone, they can be slippery. And the number one thing I think about protecting a phone from drops is preventing drops. So yes, okay, you know, your case can prevent the phone falling like 100 feet, it'll bounce back, it'll survive. How about designing a case or a phone that is less likely to drop? And you do that by having it not be slippery. Look at that, I'm almost holding it like on a straight angle, and it's gripping to my fingers. It's really nice. It's really nice. And I think you guys can kind of see when the light hits this, that even though it's black, it really is a blue. There's a blue tint to it. So, very beautiful phone. I think it's gorgeous. I like that on the back, the cameras don't really protrude that much either. You know, like with a lot of manufacturers now, the camera bumps are huge. This very slight bump. It's more of like the ring that goes around the camera kind of bumps out a little bit. But we have here, like I said, 3 different cameras. I believe it's like a wide-angle lens, a telephoto lens, and a regular lens. We have the LED flash here, the fingerprint reader. What a great phone. The only issue that I would have with this phone is I see that there's a speaker grill up here, you know, for making calls. I don't know if that's also used for audio, but it's pretty small as far as what the speakers would be. I'm guessing that if you hold it like this, maybe you'll get a stereo speaker experience where maybe sound will come out here and here. That's kind of what Apple does as well, which is cool, but you have audio coming from facing out this way and then audio coming out this way. For most people, you won't even notice the difference. However, it would be nice to have both audio channels facing the user, which would, of course, mean having a big chin down here, having, you know, a speaker there. So, understandably, that's why manufacturers really just don't want to take up the precious front of the phone with another speaker. So, it's kind of a stereo speaker experience, probably, where you're getting face out here, out to the side here. Better than just having a mono speaker, though, of course. But this phone is really nice. It's not heavy. It has a little bit of heft to it, but it's not like, oh my goodness, this is a heavy phone. It has a little heft to it. It's not super thin. It's just a really, really nice phone. It's well made. You can feel the quality in it. The screen looks beautiful. I love that it doesn't slide out of my hand. What a really, really beautiful phone. And of course, like I said earlier, the LG V series is like my favorite series from LG. That's like, this is like their holy grail of phones, in my opinion. That's what I think. So there you have it, folks. If you have any questions about the V40 ThinQ, let me know in the comments. I'm going to hook this up and see how it works. I'm going to set it up with my carrier of choice, test it over Wi-Fi, of course, as well, and just see how much I love this phone. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you do like my videos, please subscribe, by clicking the link below. All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.